A fateful meeting on the Isle of Elba with the most powerful man in the world is recalled by one of the least significance, Edmond Dantes, as the Pharaon races towards Marseille, dangerously close to the rocky island of Rion.
The braces. Hold tight. Belay.
You're the captain of that three-master, the vessel from Alexandria, bound for Marseille?
I'm only the mate, Excellency. The Pharaon belongs to the firm of Morel.
I know them. Ship owners from father to son. And there was a Morel who served in the same regiment with me in garrison at Valence. A sergeant, I think.
André Morel, Excellency.
Pardieu, that's right. I promoted him myself. You run some risks in taking that letter, yet Marshal Bertrand assures me you are not a Bonapartist yourself.
Excellency, forgive me. I know nothing of politics. I'm only carrying out the dying wishes of my captain.
An honest fellow. I trust your action won't bring you into trouble.
I'm not important enough to have enemies, Excellency. The crew of the Pharaon treat me as an older brother. I have charge of 10 sailors under me, but that's all.
Once I held sovereign sway over half the world. Now I rule this rock, this petty isle. And mouths that once shouted Vive Napoleon call me wretched usurper, evil genius, Napoleon the accursed. The wheel turns. Do you believe in destiny?
I trust in my luck, Excellency. My star is in the ascendant. Tomorrow, as soon as we dock, I will see my father and tell him that Mercedes, who he loves like a daughter, and I are to be wed.
I suppose Monsieur Morel will think himself fortunate too in having such an able young first officer to fill the vacant post of captain. I am also bound for Marseille, ma foi. I wish I could sail with you, but the time is not ripe. My plans are not sufficiently advanced. Time and distance, those two old implacable foes, keep me at bay, cooling my heels.
Excellency, we're 2 days overdue and the wind's freshening.
You must sail with the tide. Go, I share your impatience. Remember, the fates can be cruel. And then a man must make his own luck.
As long as I live, I know that I will always love him. He is the light that shines in my night. I will always love him. All that I know is he'll always stay here in my heart forever. No matter what others may say, I'll never change, no never. As long as I live, he's in my heart. I will always love him. Nothing will change, now we're apart. I will always love him. All that I know is he'll always stay here in my heart.
Foolish woman, can't you see? Your love is blind. Why would he sail if he cared, leaving you behind? He only goes in search for gold and love in others' arms. The heartless man who's leaving you will soon forget your charms.
As long as I live, I know that I will always love him. He is the light that shines in my night. I will always love him. All that I know is he'll always stay here in my heart forever. And I don't care what others may say, I'll never change, no, never.
Look at me and you will see the only man for you, to give you all the love you need and stay forever true. Let me drive away your tears and soon you'll see. You'll forget that man who sails and you will come to me. I'm telling you, he won't return. You wait in vain. He doesn't care if you should cry or that he brings you pain. Forget him now, he sails away. Don't waste your tears. Come to me, don't hesitate. Well, I will soothe your fears.
As long as I live, I know that I will always love him. He is the light that shines in my night. I will always love him. All that I know is he'll always stay here in my heart forever. And I don't care what others may say, I'll never change, no, never. I'll never change, I'll never change, no, never. The Pharaon! They signal the Pharaon entering port. See, she's passing through the strait.
The ship's pennant. It's flying at half-mast.
Ready to drop anchor. Let go. Slope the yards and put the ensign in a weft.
Dantes, over here, if you please.
One moment, sir, and I'll be with you.
Danglars informs me that you lost a day and a half at Elba, when you could have made straight for Marseille.
That's true, sir. It was Captain Leclerc's last order before he died. I was to take a package to Marshal Bertrand at the Emperor's village in Porto-Ferrajo and pick up a letter.
Poor Leclerc. A fever, so Danglars said. Quite right, Dantes. You had no choice in the circumstances. But it would be best to keep quiet about Elba, you understand. We are all loyal subjects of the king now.
Yes, sir.
What about the cargo? Any losses?
All safe and sound, sir.
Well done, my boy. I won't detain you further. After 3 months, I know how eagerly your father must await your return. Ah, I see he's not the only one.
Edmund!
Mercedes!
Take a few weeks' leave, but be back by the end of the month. The Pharaon cannot sail without its captain.
Captain! Oh, thank you, Monsieur Morel, thank you. Who is this?
It's Fernand, my cousin. Don't you remember him?
Yes, of course. Fernand Mondego.
The ship is dressed in mourning. We
We
thought...
thought nothing. Don't say it, Fernand. If any misfortune occurred to you, my love, I would throw myself from the highest point of Cape de Morgion.
I invite you to our wedding tomorrow, Fernand, since Mercedes wishes that we become friends.
On the day of his marriage to the lovely Mercedes, Fernand and Danglars plot to betray Dantes as a Bonapartist by an anonymous letter to the magistrate Villefort.
Hello, Fernand. Where are you running to? Are you in too much of a hurry to stop and say how do to your friends?
Particularly when they still have a full bottle to share. He seems besotted. He looks very much like a rejected lover, wouldn't you say?
Well, we must see about that. Well, can't make up your mind? That's better. Running like a madman in this heat. You'll give yourself a heart attack. Perhaps you're going to chuck yourself in the sea to cool off.
I'm all right.
You see, Danglars, Fernand. Here is a brave Catalan, one of the best fishermen in Marseille, and he loves a very fine girl, Mercedes. But sadly, it appears that the beautiful Mercedes is in love with the handsome second-in-command of the Pharaon. And as the Pharaon arrived today, Fernand's been given the boots.
Poor fellow. He didn't expect Dantes to return so suddenly. He thought he might have drowned or died of fever.
Ma foi, but Fernand isn't the only one to have his nose put out of joint by the young Dantes, eh, Danglars?
Right, but he isn't captain yet. So you sit tearing your hair. I thought Catalans with their hot Spanish blood were fiery and resolute.
I'd gut him like a fish, but she'd kill herself if anything happened to him.
That's what I call love. That's love, or I don't know what love is.
Finish the bottle and be quiet. There might be another way without killing you. On our return voyage, we put in at the Isle of Elba. Dantes went ashore alone to collect a letter. Now, if someone were to denounce him to the authorities as a Bonapartist...
Yes!
No, do such a thing. I like Dantes. I want to drink his health. More wine!
We were only joking. You're drunk. Here, drink his health and don't interfere in our conversation.
Why, there you are. On the balcony. Dantes, your health. Here's to his health. Hurrah!
Hold your tongue, will you? Why can't you behave like Fernand here?
Edmund and the lovely Mercedes.
Good. Now, let's put our heads together. Waiter, pen, ink, and paper. And bring another bottle.